Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. This guy, Darren, out of Scotland, he says he was working in Guyana, probably some kind of contract work, and he was heading home to Scotland to see his 6-year-old son. And the transit was through Barbados. When he was in Barbados, I don't know, he got agitated while he was on the plane, a British Airways plane, and they say that he used foul language and he put his hand on a crew member, and the pilot wanted him off the plane. Now they took him off the plane, and he rested at Hotel St. Philip until he came up with $500, which is not a lot. 500 Barbadian dollars is not a lot. And then I guess he was on his way on the next plane, I guess. But when something like this happens, and the guy is saying it was out of character, that I know it could be an excuse. I know it can be an excuse. But when these things happen and there are visitors, not even to the island, he was in transit through Barbados to Scotland, I feel as though it should be handled where he doesn't have a record of being in some sort of prison and that kind of stuff. I feel as though, I feel that if something like that happens and the pilot doesn't want him on a plane, on their plane, going anywhere, he should have been made to take maybe an American airline flight or whatever flight out of Barbados that's there, whatever plane that's there. You know what? Maybe they could not have done it any other way than to have him sit down at the hotel there in St. Philip, and then process him, make him pay but then again, they had to have a plan for him to leave the island. I always figure that when it's someone in transit or a visitor, they should be handled differently, and handled differently in a way that they're not able to return for maybe 4 years. He cannot pass through Barbados to go back to Guyana or anywhere for approximately 4 years. I think that denial of that person stopping or being in Barbados is enough. I don't think that they should have, they don't have a record, because I'm sure if he pulls up his history online, yeah, it'll show. It will show up. I pulled it up just now, it showed up. Yeah, so he does have some kind of something there in his record, but I think that should be avoided. He seems to be a professional, and he says it was out of character. I don't know what got into him, if he was drinking, whatever. But I think that although you had to take him off the plane, yeah, the captain, when the captain says he doesn't want someone on the plane, you got to get off the plane. But I don't know. I think there should be other mechanisms. What are your thoughts? I think there should be other mechanisms to handle something like this when someone is in transit, or when someone is not a Barbadian. I think that they should be treated differently. Not that it should be lenient, but the law, in a way, although they're in Barbados and the law would apply to them, there should be some sort of mechanism to make them just sit in a holding cell there at the airport. It should be something like that at the airport, and the next available flight, get their tails on there and get them out of Barbados. And if they have to pay anything, let them pay right there at the airport, to the cops or whoever, in the system legally and everything. But to go to Hotel St. Philip, I think that was rough. I think that was kind of rough. This is Sherry Veronica. Let me know your thoughts.